what's going on, guys? It's Martin here to talk to you today about hemorrhoids. I will explain what these awful things are. I will explain to you the difference between an external and an internal hemorrhoid, and also discuss some treatment options for you. These are awful if you've ever had them. I've been there. I know how rough it is. Fortunately, I've gotten some help with them. But today I'm going to discuss what they are. So if you have hemorrhoids, you know which type of hemorrhoids you have, and really discovering which type of hemorrhoids you have will help you in the actual treatment phase. So let's go ahead and jump right in. You take a look here. Here's a diagram. This is the anal canal. So you see this is the internal hemorrhoid. The internal hemorrhoid is on the inside, and basically it's on the wall on the inside of your anal canal. And a lot of times when you have an internal hemorrhoid, you won't even realize it until you have some blood in the toilet paper when you use the bathroom. So basically what happens is when you use the bathroom, it rubs against this bleeds, and then that's how you can tell you have internal hemorrhoids often. So a lot of times internal hemorrhoids aren't symptomatic. When they do become symptomatic, it can be pretty bad, and oftentimes they can become so symptomatic that they prolapse and come all the way out of your butt. Yeah, I know, it's awful. Fortunately, that's never happened to me. I only had one of these, which is the external hemorrhoid, and that basically is outside the anus. So that's not on the inside, that's on the outside. Below the dentate line is the external hemorrhoid. Now, an external hemorrhoid can become thrombosed, which means it develops a clot, and that can be very painful, and sometimes the clots can burst and bleed, which is not good. So external hemorrhoids are typically treated with hemorrhoid wipes, hemorrhoid creams, and the like. Internal hemorrhoids can sometimes be treated with hemorrhoid creams or ointments with an applicator, but suppositories are probably your best bet for an internal hemorrhoid. If it's prolapsing, you can always use creams, and wipes will definitely help. As a matter of fact, if you do have hemorrhoids and you are going to the bathroom, make sure you're using hemorrhoid wipes. It's going to make a big difference. The last thing you want to do is use the bathroom and rub yourself down there with some rough toilet paper. Will just make things worse. So let's continue over here. There's 4 different grades of internal hemorrhoids. So this is an internal hemorrhoid right here. Grade 1, you basically have the internal hemorrhoid. Okay, it's sitting in there. You know, it's above inside your anal canal, above the anus, and that's an internal hemorrhoid. It's a grade 1. Grade 2, as you can see, it's starting to prolapse and starting to become symptomatic. So that's a grade 2 internal hemorrhoid. Grade 3, it actually pops out oftentimes when you use the bathroom, but it will retract and go back in. So grade 3 is where you're really starting to get some big problems here. And then a grade 4 prolapse internal hemorrhoid, this is the one you don't want. So basically what happens is the hemorrhoid prolapses out and you can't even put it back in. You can't manually get it back in. It's so swollen, it's so nasty that it just keeps sticking out. Grade 3, oftentimes it'll retract on its own, or you can even push it back. Grade 4, you can't even do that. And oftentimes if you have a grade 4 internal hemorrhoid, you got to see a doctor. And get some help with that. There's a lot of different surgeries. There's banding, coagulation. There's quite a lot of different things you can do. Banding is a very common one that's not terribly invasive. So moving on, this is just another example of that. So you have the 1st degree prolapsed hemorrhoid, or excuse me, not prolapsed hemorrhoid. You get the 1st degree internal hemorrhoid. 2nd degree, it starts prolapsing a little bit. 3rd degree, it prolapses outside your anus, but you can push it back in. 4th degree, it's all the way out there and you can't even get it back in. So those are the ones, you definitely want to avoid these. There's a lot of different things you can do to prevent hemorrhoids or get rid of hemorrhoids. I have a lot of other videos where I discuss that. In this video, we're going to finish talking about what hemorrhoids are, and then we'll discuss some treatment options. So here is a photo of actual internal hemorrhoids. So you can see there's the internal hemorrhoid here. And then moving on, like I was talking about with the thrombosed external hemorrhoid. So an external hemorrhoid becomes thrombosed. See, this is external. It becomes thrombosed when it develops a blood clot. So basically what happens is the blood gets trapped into the hemorrhoid and it develops a hard, painful clot which can oftentimes burst and bleed. And then here's an actual example of that. This is an external thrombosed hemorrhoid that has the clot here. So as you can see, it's probably bleeding a little bit there. These are really awful too. So there's a lot of different things you can do to get help for your hemorrhoids. Diet is a big one. Eating healthier, making sure that you're not straining too hard when you're on the toilet, making sure you're using hemorrhoid wipes, hemorrhoid creams as much as possible. You don't want to cause any further irritation down there. You also are going to want to stay hydrated. Hydration is very important to prevent constipation, and constipation can oftentimes cause hemorrhoids because you can't go to the bathroom and you're sitting on a toilet for a while and then you're squeezing really hard. So you want to avoid that for sure. Fiber supplements are good. Fiber can help make you more regular, which can prevent constipation, which can prevent hemorrhoids. So that's something